Keyword stuffing, or rather the practice of peppering your content on a website or web page with keyword terms that you're hoping to get ranked for in Google search results, is as outdated of a practice as settling a dispute with a good old-fashioned gun duel. But this week, the last week in August of 2022, Google's in the middle of updating their search engine algorithm with an update that they're calling the Helpful Content Update. That may prove to be one of the most significant changes in over a decade. A quote that came directly from an SEO expert and not me. If you're a small business owner with a website that helps you promote your business or where you sell your products and services, then keep watching, because in this video I'm going to break down Google's Helpful Content Update and also tell you how it may impact where you appear in Google's search results. Hi y'all, I'm Vivian with The Seasoned Marketer, where we're seasoned marketing enthusiasts, educators, and small business advocates dedicated to helping you grow your small business. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's go ahead and jump right in. What is this Google update called? Google is referring to this particular update as the Helpful Content Update. Who is the Google update going to affect? It will impact all websites. However, Google did mention that they're starting with the English-only websites, so if you have a website that is published in English, you're in that group. When is this Google update launching? According to Google, this update was going to start the week of August 22nd, 2022, and they expected it to last about 2 weeks, so that's going to take us into September of 2022. What is the purpose of the Google update? Remember that I mentioned that this was actually going to be a pretty big update according to an SEO expert. And so part of the purpose of this update is to appropriately identify and demote websites that are not providing original, high-quality content. Now, I guarantee that you've seen a website like this at some point in your Google searching history. You know, a website that is using keyword stuffing, so every other word on the web page is the keyword that they're hoping to appear for in Google search results, or perhaps they're using exact search terms in the headers of their websites in an effort to try to game the Google search algorithm. What are some actionable steps that you can take to ensure that you are not negatively impacted by this Google update? Interestingly, Google did acknowledge that while it will impact all websites, or for the time being the ones that are published in English right now, that there are going to be some industries where it is heavily going to impact the way that their Google search results appear. And some of those industries that they listed are online education, arts and entertainment, shopping, and tech. Because you're a proactive small business owner, I know that you're going to want to go in and look at your website right now to be sure that you don't get dinged or demoted and listed as one of those unhelpful websites by Google. So here are a few tips or a few actionable steps that you can take to ensure that you don't end up on that list. Review your website and make sure that every page on your website is free of keyword stuffing. Google did make something extremely clear in this announcement of their update, and it was that if you have one web page on your website that is flagged as being unhelpful or that they feel is trying to game the algorithm in some type of way, they are going to flag your entire website as an unhelpful website. And furthermore, it will take months for them to kind of unflag it as an unhelpful website. So it's better to be safe than sorry. Go through all of your web pages and just ensure that you're not doing any keyword stuffing or that you've written content that looks like you're purposefully trying to game the search engine algorithm. When creating new content or web pages on your website, be sure that your primary focus is first on creating useful content for someone who may be looking for specific information. The guidance that they gave us is that search engine optimization and Google search result rankings can be a focus, but it should be a secondary focus behind writing purposeful content for someone who is searching and using their Google search engine. Be sure to satisfy people who land on your website looking for information. What Google means by this is the last thing they want is for a Google user to go in and to search for a term or for information and then land on your website, not find what they're looking for, go back to Google and find other sources. So be sure that you're trying to minimize that as much as possible, and just be sure that the content and information that you're sharing on your website is actually information that people are going to feel satisfied to read and that answers their questions. Do not share information or content promising an answer to something that has no answer. A really good example that Google shared with us in the announcement was sharing or promising to share a release date for an upcoming movie that has not confirmed a release date. Stick to topics and information you know and have experience in. The reason Google wants you to stick to the niche or topics that you know and have actual real life experience in is because they understand that what some people do is go out there and find trending topics to write about that they have no experience in. And so instead of trying to look for a topic based on what Google search trends are, thinking that you're going to get high search engine traffic to your website because of it, they would much rather have you put out there really good content and information that you know. And so that way the end user, the Google user that ends up on your website, is actually getting really good, valid information. Write or rewrite your content on your website for people. This is what Google has started calling human first content, and they did give us a little bit of guidance in regards to how we can look at creating content for humans as opposed for search engines. So the way they did this is they gave us a few questions that we should be asking when we're actually putting our information together or putting our content on our website. And so some of those questions are: do you have an existing or intended audience for your business or site that would find the content useful if they came directly to you? Does your content clearly demonstrate firsthand expertise and a depth of knowledge? For example, expertise that comes from having actually used a product or service or visiting a place. Does your site have a primary purpose or focus? After reading your content, will someone leave feeling like they've learned enough about a topic to help achieve their goal? Will someone reading your content leave feeling like they've had a satisfying experience? Google's latest helpful content update is a real eye-opener in the sense that Google is starting to understand that the competition is heating up when it comes to search engines. So platforms like TikTok and Pinterest are really coming up in the ranks, and people are starting to utilize those as search engines these days. And so Google understands that in order to keep people on the Google platform and to keep them coming back for information and content, the information and content that they serve has to be what they're looking for. And this update is really focused on trying to deliver that for Google users. If you like this video, remember that every Monday we release a video just like this that could help you save time and money when it comes to marketing your business. Don't forget that we have a website at www.theseasonedmarketer.com where we have a couple freebies for you to download today. And don't forget to hop on our email list, and every week we'll send you even more marketing news, information, and updates that can help you grow your business. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next week, same time and place.